Hello, guys. Good morning. This is Diary of a Coach, episode 323. 323, Diary of a Coach. How are you today? It's Tuesday morning, the day the Lord has made. We'll be glad and would rejoice. It's a fantastic day. Warm. The weather is increasingly warm and we're adjusting to it. I'd like to welcome you to Diary of a Coach. Don't forget, this is our week of unlearning, the week of checking, what we do wrong and what we're not doing right, and unlearning a lot of things, unlearning vices, unlearning attitudes, unlearning beliefs, unlearning dysfunctional behavior, unlearning. Fantastic. I'd like to advise all members of the community of Diary of a Coach, please take a lot of water. Please increase your water intake this period. The weather is unbelievably hot. Global warming is taking a toll on us. So please take a lot of water so you're able to eliminate those persistent headaches because of your skin, because of your eyes, because of your digestive system, because of your blood flow, because of so many things. Please take a lot of water. Increase your water intake this period. Please don't forget. This is the week of unlearning. This is episode 323 on Diary of a Coach. Today's episode is titled Unlearn Your Inferiority Complex. Unlearn your inferiority complex. Many of us are struggling with confidence in ourselves. Many of us have inferiority complex. We are dealing with self-esteem issues. We believe that we are the lower rung of the ladder, and that is a dysfunctional place to be. I've found and I've interacted with people, and I realized that, for instance, you tell someone, I'm not sure this is correct, and the person says, I'm not the one that did it. And they just go into defense mode immediately. When you find yourself doing that, is a self-esteem issue. You are in a crowd, and consciously or unconsciously, you feel that everybody there is better advantaged than you, whether you say it or not. But the moment you begin to feel it, and if that is your experience, you're dealing with an inferiority complex issue. You envy your siblings because you think that your parents paid more attention to your siblings than you. That is inferiority complex working. If you found yourself envying or even hating or even resenting your siblings, you resent your siblings because you feel that your parents paid more attention to them, what has happened to you is that you have been caught up by inferiority complex. It's a self-esteem issue. You find yourself being in and out of relationships too many times because you keep feeling that you can't find the kind of person that befits you. You can't be good enough for someone. You're not good enough for the guys that come your way, or you're not good enough for the ladies that come your way. Is a self-esteem issue. You are in the workplace and everybody dumps work on you, and you feel it is okay because you feel that if I do this work, then over time they will now see that I am important. So your vehicle to being important is doing everybody's work so that you can feel relevant on the job. My brother, my sister, that is a self-esteem problem. It's an inferiority complex issue. You are in a group or in a relationship, and every time somebody is talking about themselves, their experience, you know what happened to them, good or bad, you say, me too. That's what happened to me. Me too. Every time, anytime a conversation comes, you say, me too. Every time a conversation is raised, you have to find a way to bring the attention back on you. It's a complex issue. It's an inferiority complex issue. It's a self-esteem problem. Every time you try to grab attention, you try to focus attention on you, you try to be dramatic, but even unconsciously, just because people should pay attention to you, it's a self-esteem issue. It's a complex. In fact, some of you have become so bad, you're competing with your child. Your spouse is doing something for your child and you're getting angry that, what is it, sir? Am I not their father? Am I not their mother? Why am I not getting as much attention or care? Every time the children, you have turned all the love on my children. That's a self-esteem issue. It's a complex. It's an inferiority complex problem. So you find that you're always in competitive mode, always trying to fight a battle that does not exist, always trying to hustle something that does not exist, always trying to improve a point that does not exist. It's an inferiority complex. It's a self-esteem issue. You need to unlearn it. You need to unlearn it. That is why some of you on social media, you cannot afford to see that a colleague, a friend seems to be shining. You just break down internally. We don't see it, but that's true. It happens. You go off social media because you feel like, why is it that everybody looks like they're enjoying and they are blessed, and I'm the only one that is suffering? If you find yourself switching off social media because you feel oppressed, it's a complex issue. It's an inferiority complex issue. And you need to heal from it. So my darling, my friend, my colleagues, my followers, I need you to understand something. I need you to know that you are originally designed to succeed. By nature and wiring, the makeup you have is that you are equal to everybody, irrespective of what they have. Material gifts and benefits are only temporary. You know why? Because somebody can have the best of houses and the best of cars and the best of anything. By one singular moment, anything can happen. You don't have control over material blessings. But guess what? You have full control over your soul. You have full control over your emotions. You have full control over who you are. And that in itself is the magic. The magic is the person that you are. And nothing makes you feel inferior about that. So where do we get our inferiority complex from? First is from our upbringing. Some of us have been battered emotionally by our parents. We have been battered with bad words. We have been told we won't amount to anything by the people that we really looked up to. The people that by design and nature, God has placed them in our lives such that they are the authority figures in our lives. So because they are the authority figures in our lives, anything they've told us has held sway. Imagine your father or your mother saying that, you will never amount to anything in this life. You are just a waste. In fact, somebody told me that her father said, I have 6 children and 1 out of 6 is negligible. Meaning that if he loses her out of the 6 children, he does not lose anything. That was what her own father told her, her biological father, which is rather unfortunate. So imagine that your biological father or your biological mother tells you that you amount to nothing. That is a powerful statement that is difficult to heal from. So you need to learn that when someone of such caliber, like your father, like your mother, like your mentor, like your pastor, like your imam. I remember one woman told me that her imam says, so when they're talking of people doing premarital counseling, you said you will raise your hand. It's not your kind of person they are looking for. She said that thing broke her spirit. So when people of authority in our lives tell us very powerful, dysfunctional, disempowering statements, it can lead us to completely stop trusting ourselves. But that is what you even need to overcome. Guess what? The person who is an authority figure in your life was once a novice, was once a naive person, was also once mentored through the ranks. All humans are respected, but nobody is feared. Respect everybody, fear nobody. That's why Sean Stevenson said, when you receive a feedback that disempowers you, drop it like hot coal. Drop it, it's not for you. Which means that no matter how respectable a person is, if he gives you feedback that does not empower you, that does not trigger inspiration in you, that does not trigger the emergence of your soul, drop that counsel big time. In fact, withdraw steps backward from that person. If they consistently bring you down, they are not meant to be in your life. You need to be very careful to protect yourself. You need to guard your heart with all diligence, because out of that is the instrumentation of your success. So you need to understand this very seriously. So the first source of our disempowered, the first source of our low inferiority complex is the people in our lives who have authority over us. The second source is our environment. And one significant environment where people have built inferiority complex these days is social media. If you rely on social media as a vehicle to encourage yourself, you may crash big time. Because on social media, there are vultures, there are toxic people, there are wicked people, there are principalities from the pit of hell who do not understand anything empowering. They have been so disempowered all their lives. They have been so disempowered by their own experiences. They have been so broken that they are looking for every avenue to project their brokenness. So if you rely on social media to draw strength and the appropriate mental complex, you may break down. So you need to be very selective on social media. You need to be very selective. You need to guard your heart. You need to protect your heart. You need to protect your mind. You need to be very circumspect on social media, because it is not the place where you may get the best of energies. So you need to be very careful. And then the third source of disempowering mindset or inferiority complex is your mind. When your beliefs are warped or when your resilience level is low, you're likely to concede to negative energy. So I want to encourage you, build your resilience level. How do you build your inferiority? How do you switch from inferiority complex to the appropriate complex, the moderation complex, the empowering complex? One, believe that you are a direct child of God. You are not the child of your parents. You are not the child of anybody human. These are stewards. They are vehicles to bring you to earth. But guess what? Every time you remember that I am a child of God, direct child of God, it can influence your mindset. You need to understand that very critically. No matter what's happening on earth, I am still a child of God, and God will take care of me. That is the first thing you need to remember. Number two, you need to remember that we must build resilience. We must build perseverance, because times and chance and times can break you. So you must allow yourself build resilience and say, no matter what it takes, I'm going to succeed. No matter what it takes, I'm going to break through. You must push yourself. There is a violence that comes with succeeding. Do you remember that your life is not a democracy? I wrote about this in my book, But What Do I Know? Your life is a kingdom. You can't rule, you can't live your life like a democracy. What that means is people cannot govern your life by elections. You must choose what you want and forcefully live your life the way you want. It's a battle. You must win the war. It is said that the ship on the sea does not sink by the water around it. It sinks by the water that goes into it. So the question is, are you getting these vibes, negative vibes, into you? Because if they get into you, you will sink. You must remember that. So build resilience is very important. Then number three, Allow yourself to be a perpetual student of positive energy. Always watch and listen to only things that build you. It's scriptural. It says anything noble, anything pure, anything empowering, anything this, anything that. It says pay attention to these things. Because guess what? It is the things you hear. Say faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word of God, right? It means that it is the things we hear that build us or destroy us. So you must intentionally be a student of the positive, empowering information that you need to hear. Premarital says the environment may condition how we perceive ourselves, so you must protect your space and what you allow to come in. I'm a child of God, I'm loved and cared for. Yes. So you must selectively hear things. You must selectively watch things. You must selectively allow things come into you. Don't just be listening to everything, because these are the kind of things that become a problem for you mentally and influence your thinking. So this week, unlearn any inferiority complex. It's not going to happen this week, but it's a long journey. It's a lifelong effort. Every day we keep working ourselves. Every day we keep renewing our minds. It says, don't conform to the world, but be renewed be transformed by the renewing of your mind. It means you must consistently allow your mind to be renewed every time. So even I that is sharing this, I'm not telling you because, I have 100% immunity to negative energy. There are times when I also feel like, will this thing work at all? Like, hey, God, will I succeed at all? Like, hey, God, please help me. I hope I'll not be embarrassed. I hope I'll not be put to shame. I hope I'm not going to be. There are moments like that, guys. But guess what? Every day we renew our mind. Every day we renew our mind. Every day we connect to the source of power. Every day we connect to the source of positive energy. Every day we connect to the source of empowerment. That's the journey. That's it. That's what we do every day. And we will not stop. So don't take this as a one-time effort. Like, this week I'm unlearning my inferiority complex. After this week, I'm done. It's an everyday job. The difference is that this week we are paying more attention to it and we're being conscious so that we can itemize the things we need to change, and then we begin to unlearn them so that we can become more powerful as we are originally designed to be. So thank you for watching Diary of a Coach today. It's been episode 323. And I love you guys. I love you so much. February is winding down very fast. And I want to thank everyone who's been following Diary of a Coach. God bless you so much. So yesterday, something happened very urgently. Some group invited me to come share with them about the Blue Ocean strategy for business. And we were able to agree that we use my office training room for the training, and there are 11 of them. So as of yesterday, I decided to make it open. I made sure that because our training room seats 20 people, we decided to get 9 people to join the group of 11 women. Yesterday alone, 2 women have paid. 2 people have paid to join the session. So this is an invitation. It means there are 7 spaces left for the taking. If you want to come and join the discussion on how to use Blue Ocean strategy. It's a book, right? It's a book on business. It's a business book, a business strategy book. So if you want to learn how do I use Blue Ocean strategy to improve on my business, how do I implement the Blue Ocean strategy in my business, there are 7 spaces left, and you can still join the class. It holds this Thursday at 12 noon for 2 hours, only 2 hours, because I know some people may be coming from their offices to partake in this session. So if you're interested in coming, please quickly call our number 0807-361-0884 and you'll get a slot immediately. So please quickly subscribe and attend on Thursday. On Saturday, we're starting our premarital counseling course. 4 weeks of premarital course for interested couples intending couples, already married couples, relationship coaches, marriage coaches, anyone, everybody who is interested in learning the circle of premarital counseling. We're starting a 4 weeks intense course on premarital counseling. It holds from this Saturday for 4 Saturdays, 4 weeks course. All through March, it's going to hold. So you can, if you're an intending couple, if you're a marriage counselor, if you're a relationship counselor, if you're already married, you want to rework your marriage, we're starting the 4 weeks premarital counseling course. Very intense course, holds every Saturday. This same Saturday, we have a free mental health class. 2 batches holding this Saturday, completely free. And you can register, so you need to register and join 1 batch. So you can join, send your registration to 0807 361 0884 and you can be signed up immediately. So that's it coming from me today. To you on Diary of a Coach, thank you so much. Now I need to run off to work. Thank you so much for watching. Love you guys. Have a beautiful Tuesday. And don't forget, go unlearn any inferiority you are feeling. Get it out of the way. Boom. God bless you. Bye.